down, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, he ain't kind of breaking our record on the Dyno. I said, what the hell am I over here for? We kind of put this old stop block motor's gonna do. She's kind of good, don't you? Listen at her. Stuff's hard on your eyes. Alright guys, these are happy tears right here. Lord's fuel got me all teared up over here today. So we ended up doing the last test. We wanted to put that little scoop on the car just to see if it dropped any power or not. It made exactly the same power. So this right here, if y'all don't know, look at this thing right here. This old stock block. Let me get on down here and show you. Look at it. On GM Trusted. This block right here is sprayed gray. We think this, we're calling it the Jasper engine, because this motor, if you don't know, Nigel ended up going through, and about probably 6 months ago, he bought this motor for the block. Like he went through, he bought the block just to have it. It was short block in here. Well, after he hurt the motor the other time, last race at Georgia, his motor was just sitting around. Well, with me having the issues that I've had, let me get you some lights, that way you ain't glaring. Me having the issues that I've had with my head gaskets, the issues that we've run into is on aluminum rod motor, you need about 55 to 65 thousandths allowance on top of the piston to the bottom of the head. It's called quench. Well, what has happened is when we put aluminum rod motors in these motors, they stretch. That's how much you need for aluminum rod. If it was a steel rod motor, you could have 45 to 55 thousandths. The aluminum rod stretched 10 thousandths more. So go back a few years ago, this car was together. We had a steel rod motor in it. We run 450s. Put an aluminum rod motor in the car. He takes it to Georgia. Second pass, it turns it into the wall and totals the car. And that's when we made this car super light. I'm gonna drop the video now of the pass. As you can tell, that pass looks identical to this pass. If you look, the car's turned the same way exactly. These are only two motors that we've had aluminum rods in, or our two cars are only we've had aluminum rods. Alan Austin's truck, we went 460s with it. It had a Cali's Ultra rod, and we never had that problem. We had a thickness gaskets on it, never had an issue. We started running into issues with head gaskets and issues period with blocks when we went to the aluminum rod. Before that, we had no issues at all, no signs, nothing. But the car, this motor's been dry in this car for a while. We ain't had no coolant in it. So when it blows the head gasket, you don't really know it. I mean, it's down on power or something, but it usually blows the block out. So with me having issues like I've had, it got Nigel's head talking, and you know, the other week my dome sensor failed. It made 58 pounds of boost, and it didn't blow up. And we were like, well, maybe I'm on to something. With them little set screws I put around the block that we talked about, I was like, maybe it is doing what I thought it would do, and it's helping us. And they got the wheels rolling in Nigel's head. Sorry if it's real windy, but he got the wheels rolling in Nigel's head, and Nigel's like, well, I got this block over here. He's like, if I had to get it bored, he's like, I got the stuff, I got some rods, I got a crank, I might put me together a stock block motor and make it, just get out in the race, you know? So I ended up, my motor, when we measured it, it was, let me make sure I got you right. Yeah. My motor ended up being, it was coming out of the hole 15 to 18 thousandths per hole. So Nigel had some pistons out of one of his motors that just had a couple passes on it. I think 5 or 6 when it blowed up. So I said, well, let me get your pistons. I'll mill the top of them pistons down 18 thousandths and put them in my motor, and you can just have my pistons. So that's what we did. Put my motor together. Well, you see the other night, it didn't blow the head gasket. It didn't try to kill me. So what we did, we took this motor apart and realized that, hey, it was already 20 thousandths over, so we didn't have to do machine work on it. We put ARP mains in, but Nigel didn't want to spend no money on it. So instead of sending the block out to go get the line board on it, we put a bearing in it that had an extra thousandths clearance on it. You understand? That way it's a little bit looser, because if a bearing's tight, it'll spin it. But if it's loose, it'll be okay. Well, this motor makes a killer oil pressure. Proud of him. Nigel done a good job on this whole motor. So it is a K1 rod. K1 crank. It's an MGP rod. It's a Wise Code boost piston made by BTR, you know. So we took his motor, since we knew what we were having our issues with. We took his motor, we took 20 thousandths on top of it, automatic. We just took 20,000. We said if it sits in the hole, it'll be fine. So put it together. Like I said, we took 20,000 off the top because it was coming out the hole like mine was. And as you can tell, we made 11, 12 hits today on it. Most of them over 1,000 horsepower. Just took a beating. What you think, Nigel? She a beast?
It runs good.
What's the most you ever made on the dyno?
I think it's like 1442.
And what did it make today?
1435. But
In the heat, in the weather.
yeah, a lot of variables.
Strap different. But
you
it's...
know, here's the thing. I'm not trying to run his guts out. I just want to know if I do want to run his guts out.
It's going to hold together.
I mean, well, I can't say that, but
Well, it's
yeah, I have a better chance.
It's got a fight chance. So like I said, we done this thing right today. We come in here, we baselined it on 16 pounds, then went to 29 pounds, then went to 30 pounds, like in the 30 area, 36, 37, 40, and we ended up at 42 pounds of boost on. But we really wanted to iron it out. But we've had injector issues that's been causing problems. We've had a lot of little stuff. So we really got in here today and really got this tune spot on. The car is doing stellar. It's going to be at Shady Side next weekend. You're going to take it out to Shady Side to the Durrani Buff race, which is going to be a light prep. So we're not trying to go out and go 420s, but we'd like to go out and go some 450s, 460s. You know what I mean? Just have something we can race and race against competitively and not have issues. And so far, this motor has killer oil pressure, has 90 pounds of oil pressure when he shuts it off. The motor's healthy. We O-ring the block like mine. So ideally, this is like pretty much the same setup that's in my car as far as top to bottom. The heads have been working a little bit more than mine. Mine are just stock casting and stuff, but it's the same brand, but they've been reworked. But other than that, it's a pretty similar long block to what's in my car. Same setup that we've proven that works well, but we just had to finally figure out what that issue that's been causing me problems and caused him problems that we didn't realize at the time had caused him problems. You know, we just thought something happened, but I always had a feeling something. I could have swore forever I thought I threw a mist out of the car, and that's what turned him sideways. And me and John, we talked about it for hours on hours, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, I seen something. I seen something there. And then when my car started doing it, and I started having the issues I had, and we started putting all these high-dollar head gaskets on it, we didn't have no problem. Like, we didn't have nothing but issues. This motor got the same head gasket mine, it's a $200 head gasket, and it's all copper. I mean, it doesn't kill it. Like I said, it's. Oh yeah, he got the CA625 stud. He didn't let me get those off of him. I got the standard budget, the premium budget head, the cheap ones. I got the ARP, just the base. They call it the Pro Series, but it's literally the Pro Series is like the most inexpensive ARP stud they make. The 625s, that's a high-dollar stud, but ideally it's a pretty similar setup to my motor. Proven setup, it works well, and now that we figure out this quench issue that we've been having that we never realized we were having, yeah, it's a hot rod. So anyways, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you one later. Thanks.